Hello students. So this today's session is in continuation to the last session where we talked about Iris and Ceres and Ceres's curse on Earth, and what Iris, as we know, has invited Ceres, has requested Ceres to come to the island and bless the couple, that's Ferdinand and Miranda. But before Ceres approaches, she's asking Iris whether Venus and her blind son Cupid will be there, because she has forsworn, she has given up their company as they had abducted, as they had helped Pluto, the god of the underworld, to abduct Proserpina, who is her daughter, right? So this is in continuation to the previous video where Iris confirms, where she tells Ceres that of her society, be not afraid. Her refers to Venus. Of Venus's society, do not be afraid of Venus's presence. She's not going to be present, right? So of her society, be not afraid. I met her deity. I met the goddess, meaning Venus, cutting the clouds towards Paphos, cutting the clouds towards, going towards, flying towards Paphos, and her son, with her son, dove drone with her. Both of them were going towards, flying towards Paphos, dove drone. Paphos basically is a town in Cyprus, which is supposed to be Venus's birthplace and Venus's town. So she's returning to her hometown, she's returning to Paphos with her son, dove drone. Now, their chariot was drawn by doves, right? Doves were supposed to be sacred birds of Venus and her son. So they were both dove drone, okay? They were going towards Paphos. Here thought they to have done some wanton charm upon this man and maid. So they were supposed to be here, they would have been here, they tried to be here, meaning on the island, and incite their charm, wanton charm. Wanton is evil, wanton is something related to a sexual charm, lustful charm. So they did try to be here, they wanted to be here and spell their wanton charm related to lust upon this man and maid, meaning Ferdinand and Miranda. They tried doing that, but meanwhile they had to go towards Paphos. Now you can see that this conversation is really, it seems like as if you're talking about people, but the whole idea of a mask was this, that they wanted to familiarize the audience and the people around, the English people, to to these deities and to the classical culture. So they're talking as if these creatures are really people. So they were supposed to be here, they would have cast their spell on this couple, but they are not here anymore. Some wanton charm, they would have otherwise cast their spell on this man and maid, meaning Ferdinand and Miranda, into inciting them with lust. But they failed, they are not here. Whose vows are, because this man and maid have promised, vows promised, whose vows are that no bed right shall be paid. Bed right refers to no physical union before marriage. Bed right simply means consummation. So they have promised that they will not have any bed right, they will not have any physical union before Hymen's torch be lighted. Hymen's torch refers to the ceremony of marriage. It is believed that Hymen, the classical god of marriage, lighting the Hymen's torch symbolizes accomplishment of marriage. Okay, so before Hymen's torch be lighted, this couple here shall not have their physical union. So Venus and her son's charms will fail. So they are back to their way to Paphos. Okay, but in vain. So their charm is in vain, because this couple has already promised not to indulge in lust before their marriage. But in vain, Mars's hot minion is returned again. Mars's hot minion is referred to Venus, who is believed to be the lover of god Mars. Okay, Mars, the god of war. His lover is supposed to be Venus, who is the mistress of Mars. Okay, so Mars's hot minion simply refers to Venus. Hot refers to lustful, as we know that Venus is the goddess of lust and love. Okay, so Mars, god of war. Mars's hot minion simply means Venus. Minion is somebody who is a follower, an underling, a follower of somebody who is powerful. So Mars is a very powerful god because he's the god of war and rage, and his mistress is Venus. So she's referred as Mars's hot minion because she's also representing lust. So, but in vain, Mars's hot minion is returned again. So she failed to incite this couple to spell her charm on this couple, and that's why she's returning to Paphos. So do not be afraid of her company and arrive over here. See, Iris is telling this to Ceres. Her waspish headed son has broke his arrows, referring to Cupid. Waspish headed meaning spiteful, irritable. Cupid was irritable because he broke his arrows. As you know, we had discussed it in the previous video that Cupid is seen as a god with a bow and arrow, and if he shoots his arrow and it hits the object or the person falls in love or in hate, and most of the times love, and that is why it's called blind love, because Cupid was blindfolded, okay, was blind. So her waspish headed son has broke his arrows. Her evil son, her angered, irritable son has broken his arrows, and that's why they are returned to Paphos. And he swears he will shoot no more but play with sparrows. This is a rhyming couplet here, which means that he is promising that he is now not going to shoot anybody. He is not going to going to make anybody fall in love. Rather play with sparrows like how children do. Behave like children and be a boy right out, and behave like a boy instead of behaving evil by casting their spell on people. So this part we see is a very clear part of a mask where gods and goddesses are being discussed like any other person, that they were trying to cast their spell, they failed, so they are returning home. Okay, and that was the purpose of mask, to familiarize the audience with the gods and goddesses, right? So you can see the reference of Mars, Venus, Pluto, all these mythological allusions. Okay, so Iris basically in this dialogue assures Ceres that Venus and Cupid will not be on the island. They have failed to incite the couple with their lust, with their spell of lust, and hence they are returning to Paphos. So Ceres is requested to arrive and bless the couple. Okay, let's see what Ceres has to say now. Okay, so to that, Ceres, Juno alights. Meanwhile, Juno arrives now. Her chariot descends on the stage, comes down on the stage, and she steps out of her chariot. And Ceres is over here greeting Juno, says, highest queen of state, most majestic. She is the queen of all the gods and goddesses, Roman gods. So she is addressed as highest queen of state, which is Juno. Ceres over here greets Juno, highest queen of state. Great Juno comes. I know her by her gait style of walking. She has a very majestic, queenly style of walking. She's the queen of all the gods and goddesses. He says, I know her by her gait, manner of walking. Juno says, how does my bounteous sister, how are you, my bounteous sister? Bounteous, generous, bountiful, somebody who is generous, yes? And Ceres is generous. She is the goddess of abundance, harvest, agriculture. So how does my bounteous sister, how do you do, my bounteous sister? Go with me to bless this twain. Come with me, basically, to bless this twain, okay, Ferdinand and Miranda, that they may prosperous be and honored in their issue. Let's bless them to be prosperous, happy, and honored, blessed with children, honored in their issue, children. Okay, so we see that all these goddesses here are basically to bless the couple and also to entertain the audience. Remember, these goddesses, the characters were played by Ariel and his spirits. They are not real goddesses. Okay, Ceres joins Juno in the chariot, which will rise and hover above the stage. They sing to bless the couple. So this is dramatically, it's going to be a beautiful scene over here, because on stage, you can see the stagecraft. Think of a chariot full of goddesses dressed elegantly and beautifully. On this chariot, the chariot will rise on stage and hover. Now to think of it, that in the 17th century, to come up with such sophisticated stagecraft is also an art in itself. Okay, so imagine if you were a part of the audience at that time, you would be mesmerized by the sheer sight of this beauty, right? So Ceres joins Juno and they are on the chariot, and now the chariot hovers on the stage and they are singing. So now what you see, Juno's lines are basically, these are the lines from a song that's in form of a blessing for the couple. Honor, riches, marriage, blessing, long, continuous, and increasing. Hourly joys be still upon you. Juno sings her blessings upon you. Okay, so this is a song in which they are blessing the couple. Juno says, "You may be." She's telling this to Ferdinand and Miranda that you may be blessed with honor, respect, riches. Okay, you will be blessed with riches, marriage blessing. All this as a blessing for your marriage. Long continuous means a long life, and increasing hourly joys be still, and every hour your joys will increase, increasing hourly joys. Okay, every hour your joy will increase. Joys be still upon you. Still, always. Still doesn't mean to end, it means always. So every hour, always, your joy will be increasing with your marriage. So this is a blessing for the couple. Juno sings her blessing upon you. So this way, Juno is blessing you. Now remember, at this time, Princess Elizabeth, who is also the daughter of King James, was about to get married, and Shakespeare was commissioned to write this play in honor of her engagement before marriage. Okay, so this play was supposed to be performed at the court to honor Princess Elizabeth's wedding, Princess Elizabeth's engagement, celebrate the engagement, on bless the couple. So you can see this, that through Miranda and Ferdinand, this blessing is also for Princess Elizabeth and her fiance. Okay, so this is how the couple is being blessed. Okay, let's see what happens next. So Ceres comes up with her blessing. She says, earth's increase, poison plenty. Now she is going to bless with what she has to offer. So we know that she's the goddess of harvest. We know that she is the goddess of agriculture and earth. So she says, earth's increase, all the produce, everything that is produced by earth. Increase here refers to earth's produce. Earth's increase, poison plenty, poison plentiful, abundance. Okay, abundance of plenty, everything that earth produces in plenty, you may be blessed with that. Poison plenty. Barns and garners never empty. Barns refers to these huge fields that are made to store crops. Barns and garners like granary, where it's a storehouse of crops. Okay, so fields and storehouse full of crops for you shall never be empty. So you will never face scarcity. You will never face lack of lack of crops, lack of food. Okay, since she is the goddess of earth, she is blessing them appropriately. Barns and garners never empty. Vines and clustering bunches growing. So wine is also a part of the English diet. Wine is also supposed to be the drink of the rich. So you may be always blessed with wines, with clustering bunches growing. Now we know that wines are made out of grapes, so vineyard. Okay, your vineyard will have clusters of grapes, clustering bunches, clusters and bunches of grapes growing for you. So you never run short of wine as well. Not just food, but also wine. Vines with clustering bunches growing, plants with goodly burden bowing or bowing, you can say, yes. So your plants will have burden here, goodly burden means fruits. Your plants will always bear fruits. Your plants will always be bowing down because of the weight of rich fruits growing in them. So you will be blessed with plenty of earth's poison. Your fields and your granaries shall never be empty. Your wine and grapes will be growing in clusters. Your plants will bear rich fruits always. Spring come to you at the farthest, in the very end of harvest. That means that spring may return as soon as harvest is over. So as soon as the season of harvest is over, there may never be winter for you. May always you be blessed with harvest and spring. So if you remember in the previous video, I had mentioned about the story of Ceres and Proserpina when she was abducted by Pluto. Ceres had cursed the earth, saying that 6 months of earth, 6 months of the time will be time of winter, when there will be no harvest, when there will be no crops growing. It will be cold, dark, and barren. But for this couple, Ceres says, you are blessed, you shall never have winter. So she is revoking her curse for this particular, for Ferdinand and Miranda. So she says, you will always, your season of harvest will always have spring approaching. You shall never have the time of winter. Okay, winter is usually seen as a sad, gloomy time, especially when we talk of the English countries. It's dark, it's extremely cold, yes, and it's gloomy. So may you never have to face winter. She is revoking her curse only for this couple. Okay, scarcity and want shall shun you. You shall never face scarcity, lack of things. Scarcity and want something. You will never be in a situation where you will want something. You will always be blessed with it. Want, scarcity and want shall shun you, shall be away from you. Yes, you will never be bothered. You will never be cursed by scarcity. Lack. Scarcity means when something is lacking, when something is in a very minimum, or when something is absent from your life. Here Ceres says that you shall never have to face scarcity or want for things, because you'll always be blessed with plenty, with abundance. Ceres's blessing is on you. So Ceres is also blessing the couple right now. So Ceres is also blessing you. So we see that Juno has blessed. Now Ceres has blessed the couple. Okay, and this is how they are entertaining the audience as well as the couple, Miranda and Ferdinand. They are blessing them. Okay, so the next part of this dialogue, of this masque, we will continue in the next video. Thank you, students.